Question 19 was about direct and inverse proportion. So we're told that W is directly proportional to Y and W is inversely proportional to X squared. The first question says when Y equals 4, W equals 14. Work out the value of W when Y equals 9. So because it's talking about Y and W, we're going to be using Y and W. So we're going to use this first statement here. We're told that W is directly proportional to Y. So when two variables are directly proportional, we write it like this. W is directly proportional to Y, and what you can remember is that this symbol, which means directly proportional to, you can replace with equals K. Okay, if you remember that, so that you can replace with that. It helps you with the next part of this question. So I can say W equals K. So replace that with equals K, Y. So W equals KY. This then helps me create a equation connecting W and Y. So now what I'm going to do is use the information in the question. We're told that when Y equals 4, W equals 14. I'm going to substitute that into this. So I'm going to get 14 equals KY. Now that's going to be K4. I know I shouldn't really write K4, so I'm going to write 4K. And then if I solve this, so in other words divide through by 4, I can then see what K is going to equal. So I'm going to do 14 divided by 4, and K is 3.5. So I'm going to write that down, K equals 3.5. And remember, this was my formula beforehand, so I'm going to now substitute my value for K into this. So I'm going to say that W equals 3.5 Y. So I've just copied that, but instead of writing a K, I've now put in my value that I've worked out, which is 3.5 Y. Now this is my formula that I'm going to use to help me work out the answer. So it says work out the value of W when Y equals 9. So the formula says that W equals 3.5 times Y. So all I need to do is do 3.5 times 9. Y was 9 in the question. And evaluating that gives me 31.5. Okay, so I get that as my first answer for 2 marks. We look at the mark scheme for this. If you write an equation, so W equals 3.5Y, or if you write something like W equals KY, and you write K equals 3.5, you get the method mark, and then for working out 31.5, you get the second mark. Notice this bit, if you write out the formula, W equals KY, you have to write that bit and the 3.5 bit to get that mark. Or you could have just written that, and that gives you the mark for the method. For part B, it then says work when X is 2, W is 5. So, looking at this next question, we're talking about X's and W's. So, X and W, we're going to be using the seconds bit now. And it says that W is inversely proportional to X squared. So, to write this down, if something is inversely proportional, we say that W is proportional to 1 over X squared. So this means that W is inversely proportional to X squared. And like I said a minute ago, the proportion sign you can replace with equals K. So I'm going to replace that with equals K. So I get W equals K over X squared. That's my formula. And using the information from the question, work out the value of W when X equals 10. Sorry, not that bit, this bit. When X equals 2, W equals 5. I'm going to use that bit in here. So the W equals 5. And that equals K over 2 squared. So in other words, that 5 equals K over 4. And if I multiply through by 4, I can find out that k equals 20. So now I know that, I can put that back into my formula. That's my formula, remember, that I've come up with. So I've got W equals k, which I know is 20, over x squared. I'm now going to use that to help me work out my answer. Work out the value of W when x equals 10. So I'm going to do 20 divided by 10 squared, which I know is 100. So 20 divided by 100, which comes out at 0.2. So I can see that W is going to be 0.2. So checking that with the mark scheme, we can see that we get 1 mark for writing W equals k over x squared. So this bit here, you get 1 mark for that. And working out that k equals 20, you get the second mark, but remember that's dependent, so you only get that mark if you've shown the first bit. So if you haven't written that down and you've somehow come up with 20, you won't get the mark. And the third mark, 0.2 for 3 marks.